The Forbidden Map, 10 Places Humanity Was Never Meant to See. Imagine, dear explorers of the unknown, a time when the world was a vast, uncharted canvas. Our ancestors, huddled over flickering candlelight, etched warnings onto their maps: hic sunt dracons, here be dragons. Beyond the known horizons lurked gods, monsters, and realms where mortals dared not tread. In our modern age, we boast of satellites piercing the skies and GPS guiding our every step, claiming dominion over the earth. But oh, how wrong we are. Shadows still linger on our planet, places where the veil between reality and nightmare thins, where nature's laws twist into curses, and where history's ghosts guard secrets older than civilization itself. These aren't mere travel advisories or tourist traps. No, these are the forbidden zones, lands frozen in radiation's deadly embrace, mountains that claim souls as tribute, and islands where time itself has stood still for 60,000 years. Today, on this journey through the annals of ancient mysteries, we'll venture into the heart of the 10 most perilous places on Earth, spots where stepping foot might mean you never return. Buckle up, for we're about to peel back the layers of legend and lore, revealing why some corners of our world were never meant for human eyes. Let's begin our descent into the unknown. 1. The Goddess of Death, Mount Everest, Nepal/Tibet. Our first forbidden realm isn't just a peak, it's a sentinel of the skies, a graveyard suspended in the clouds. Mount Everest, or as the Sherpa people reverently call her, Komolungma, the goddess mother of the world. Towering at 8,848 meters, she beckons the bold, but beware, this is no mere climb. It's a pilgrimage into the death zone, where the air thins to a whisper, and your very cells begin to betray you. Picture this: above 8,000 meters, oxygen levels plummet to a third of what we breathe at sea level. Your body starves, tissues die, and hallucinations creep in like spectral visitors. The Sherpa, guardians of these heights for centuries, speak of Komolungma not as stone and ice, but as a living deity, one who demands respect or exacts vengeance. Ancient tales whisper of her wrath, blizzards that swallow expeditions whole, avalanches that roar like divine fury. And then there are the ghosts. Everest is littered with over 300 bodies, preserved eternally by the cold. Green Boots, a climber from 1996, lies curled in a cave, his lime green footwear a macabre landmark for those who follow. Or George Mallory, lost in 1924, his frozen form discovered decades later, still reaching for the summit. Did the mountain reject them, as locals say? Climbers report eerie sightings, shadowy figures in the mist, whispers on the wind. Could these be the restless spirits of the fallen? But the true mystery delves deeper into antiquity. Sherpa legends tell of the Yeti, the abominable snowman, roaming these inaccessible crags since time immemorial. Footprints etched in snow, glimpsed by explorers like Eric Shipton in 1951, could this guardian beast be protecting Komolungma's secrets? Everest isn't just dangerous, it's a divine barrier, reminding us that some heights are reserved for gods alone. 2. The Medusa Lake, Lake Natron, Tanzania. Now, let us descend from icy peaks to a basin of infernal beauty, Lake Natron, Tanzania's own Medusa of the wild. This isn't a serene body of water, it's a cauldron where life meets a stony end. Animals that venture too close are transformed into statues, their forms preserved in eternal rigor mortis. A flamingo dips its beak, and poof, turned to stone by the lake's deadly alchemy. The science is as fascinating as it is fearsome. Natron's pH hovers at a scorching 10.5, laced with sodium carbonate and baking soda, hot enough to strip paint or burn skin. Volcanic runoff from nearby Ol Doinyo Lungai feeds this brew, turning the lake blood red with alkaline salts. But here's where history whispers its ancient curse. These very salts were harvested by the Egyptians millennia ago for mummification, embalming pharaohs to defy death. Is Natron a natural echo of those rituals, a lake that mummifies the living? Imagine an ancient nomad, parched and weary, stumbling upon this crimson mirror. Birds frozen mid-flight, bats calcified in eternal slumber, it's a gallery of the grotesque, a natural laboratory this petrifying pool. In a world of forgotten lore, Lake Natron stands as a reminder: some waters aren't for drinking, but for eternal preservation. Tread carefully, or join the statues in silent vigil. 3. The Time Capsule, North Sentinel Island, India. Venturing across the Indian Ocean, we arrive at a living relic, North Sentinel Island, home to the Sentinelese, a tribe untouched by the modern world for 60,000 years. This speck in the Andaman chain is a Paleolithic bubble in our digital age, where Stone Age hunters guard their paradise with bows and arrows. The hook? They've rejected all outsiders, surviving cataclysms that felled empires. In 2004, the Boxing Day tsunami ravaged the region, yet the Sentinelese emerged unscathed, waving spears at rescue helicopters. How? Their isolation is their shield: no diseases, no conquests. They lack even fire-making tools, relying on embers from lightning strikes, yet they've outlasted Rome, Egypt, and countless civilizations. But the mystery runs deeper. Anthropologists whisper that the Sentinelese are a direct link to humanity's dawn, the first migrants out of Africa, frozen in time. No agriculture, no metalwork, just pure survival. Remember John Allen Chow in 2018? The missionary who approached with a Bible, only to be met with arrows. He wasn't the first. Shipwrecks and intruders have vanished here for centuries. Legends abound. Are they custodians of ancient knowledge, secrets of the stars or seas? In a world racing forward, North Sentinel is a defiant whisper from our prehistoric past. Approach, and you risk not just death, but erasure from the timeline itself. 4. The Gates of Hell, the Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. Deeper into Africa's rift, we plunge into the Danakil Depression, Earth's own gates of hell, where the continent is tearing asunder. This scorching basin, 100 meters below sea level, simmers at 45 degrees Celsius, with landscapes that scream extraterrestrial, sulfurous vents spewing neon green fumes, acid lakes hissing like serpents. The Afar people, hardy nomads of this inferno, call it the abode of demons, where spirits dance in the heat haze. Caravans haul salt across this wasteland, echoing ancient trade routes. But why here, of all places? Danakil lies near the cradle of humankind, where Lucy, the 3.2 million-year-old Australopithecus, was unearthed in 1974. Our ancestors evolved amid this chaos: erupting volcanoes, toxic gases, geothermal fury. Is there a hidden energy, a geological pulse that sparked human ingenuity? Explorers like Wilfred Thesiger in the 1930s described mirages of lost cities, whispers of ancient civilization swallowed by the rift. As the African plate splits, creating a new ocean, Danakil reveals Earth's raw power, a forge where humanity was born, and where demons still reign. Enter if you dare, the ground itself might claim you. 5. The Mirror of the Void, the Sahara Desert. Now, we cross into the vast emptiness, the Sahara Desert, a mirror reflecting humanity's hubris. This sea of sand, spanning 9 million square kilometers, has swallowed armies, civilizations, and secrets alike. In 525 BC, King Cambyses of Persia sent 50,000 warriors to conquer the Siwa oasis, only for a colossal sandstorm to erase them forever. No bones, no artifacts, just endless dunes. But the Sahara guards older mysteries. Once a lush savanna, teeming with rivers and lakes 10,000 years ago, it birthed the Garamantes, a lost empire that engineered underground aqueducts, the Fogaras, to tame the thirst. Satellite imagery now unveils ghost rivers beneath the sand, channels that once nourished thriving societies. Cave paintings in Tasselite Eniger depict swimmers and boats, echoes of a verdant paradise before climate's cruel shift. Whispers of Atlantis linger here, or perhaps biblical curses. Explorers like Herodotus chronicled these vanishing acts, warning of the desert's deceptive calm. The Sahara isn't empty, it's a vault of forgotten histories, where winds whisper tales of the damned. Venture in, and you might join the ghosts, buried in eternal silence. 6 and 7, the modern curses, Chernobyl and Fukushima. Shifting from nature's wrath to humanity's folly, we confront two modern plagues, Chernobyl in Ukraine and Fukushima in Japan, exclusion zones where invisible death lingers like a man-made curse. In Chernobyl, 1986's meltdown birthed the elephant's foot, a corium blob so radioactive that 300 seconds nearby spells doom. The zone spans 2,600 square kilometers, a ghost city reclaimed by wolves and mutated flora. Fukushima, struck in 2011 by earthquake and tsunami, echoes this, leaking reactors, evacuated towns, a silent testament to nuclear hubris. Yet, these echo ancient taboos. Like Sodom and Gomorrah, scorched by divine fire, or cursed pharaohs' tombs radiating peril. Nature thrives here, red deer in Pripyat, boars in Tomioka, hinting at Earth's resilience. If humanity vanished, these would be our Pompeii, radioactive temples baffling future archaeologists. What gods did they anger, they might ask, unearthing our glowing relics? These aren't just disasters, they're prophecies of forbidden knowledge, where science played God and paid the price. 8. The Graveyard of Ships, the Drake Passage. Our penultimate peril lies in the Roaring Forties, the Drake Passage, where Atlantic, Pacific, and Southern Oceans collide in a maelstrom of madness. This 800-kilometer strait is a washing machine of 60-foot rogue waves, winds howling at 200 kilometers per hour, claiming thousands of souls. Before the Panama Canal in 1914, this was the gauntlet for circumnavigators, clipper ships racing for gold, only to splinter on icebergs or capsize in tempests. The seabed is a graveyard, the endurance of Shackleton fame, or countless whalers lost to the deep. But legends elevate the terror, the Flying Dutchman, a spectral vessel doomed to sail eternally, sighted by sailors like King George V in 1881. In the Drake's crushing pressures and freezing mists, does the veil between worlds thin? Hallucinations from hypothermia, or true phantoms? This passage isn't just deadly, it's a portal to maritime myths, where the sea guards its secrets with unrelenting fury. From the goddess-guarded peaks of Everest to the spectral seas of the Drake, these forbidden places hum with ancient warnings. They remind us, we are but fleeting guests on this enigmatic planet, meddling with forces beyond our grasp. The Sahara's Sainsbury empires, Natron's waters petrify the unwary, and Sentinel's arrows defend primordial purity. Even our own creations, like Chernobyl's glow, echo curses of old. Why do we persist, drawn to these edges? Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown, the echo of our ancestors' curiosity. Which of these dares would you face? Share in the comments below, and subscribe to delve deeper into the mysteries of our forbidden past. Until next time, stay curious, but stay safe. The world still has teeth.